Hey, my name is Alex, and this is lesson 14. So for this first part here, you need to convert the following equations to standard form. And standard form is when all the variables are already on, or all the variables are on one side of the equation. So for number 1 here, it's y equals 12x plus 1. You have a y variable and an x variable. And you need to have both of these variables on one side. And to do that, you could just subtract 12x on both sides. So it becomes y minus 12x equals 1 for number 1. And that's standard form. Number 2 is pretty much the same thing. So y equals 4x minus 2. You have a y variable and an x variable. And you could just subtract 4x from both sides to turn this into standard form. So it's y minus 4x equals negative 2 for number 2. Number 9 is y equals 5x minus 12. And just like the previous problems, you have a y variable and an x variable. And you could just subtract 5x on both sides. So this becomes y minus 5x equals negative 12 for number 9. Number 10, it's y equals negative 5. And unlike the previous problems, you don't have any other variable besides y. And since y is already on its own on one side of the equation, this is already considered standard form. So you don't need to change anything. The standard form of this equation is just still y equals negative 5. This next part, you need to convert it into standard form given the slope and the y-intercept. So number 1, the slope is 2. Or you could rewrite it as m equals 2, and the y-intercept is 4, or b equals 4. The reason why I'm writing it as m and b is because you have the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So you could just substitute these in. So it's y equals 2x plus 4. But obviously, this isn't standard form. You have a y variable and an x variable, but they are on separate sides of the equation. So you could subtract 2x from both sides. So it's y minus 2x equals 4. Number 2, slope equals negative 1 over 4. And the y-intercept is 9. So you could write this equation as y equals negative 1 over 4x plus 9. Just y equals mx plus b. And then to turn it into standard form, just add 1 over 4x to both sides of the equation. So it's y plus 1 over 4x equals 9. Okay. This next part says rewrite the polynomial. So number 1, it's negative 4x plus 9x to the power of 5 plus 2x cubed. And if you want to rewrite the polynomial, you could rewrite it in terms of the exponents. So you should write this in order of the greatest exponent. By that, I mean here the greatest exponent is 5. So 9 times x to the power of 5. Write that first. And then the second greatest exponent is 3. So write that second. 2x cubed. And then negative 4x has an exponent of 1. So write that last. And that's how you would rewrite the polynomial. So basically just rewrite it, but put the or order the terms in terms of the exponents. So it's greatest to least. Okay. 1b is 3x plus 8 times x to the power of 4 plus 2 times x to the power of 5. So for this one, the greatest exponent is 5, so 2 times x to the power of 5. Write that first. Second, the greatest exponent is 4, so plus 8 to the power 8 times x to the power of 4. And then write 3x. Okay, let's do these two problems as well. The greatest exponent here is 4, so 6x to the power of 4. Second greatest exponent is 2, so write that second, x squared. And then just write the negative x. And for 4b, it's going to be the same thing. It's 4 times x to the power of 3 plus 4 times x to the power of 6 plus 4 times x to the power of 7. So this is going to be 4 times x to the power of 7 plus 4 times x to the power of 6 plus 4 times x to the power of 3. Okay. Now this next part, you need to add the polynomials. So to add polynomials, basically you're just going to combine the like terms. So for number 1 here, it's 2 times x to the power of 3 minus 5 times x to the power of 2 plus x plus 2 times x to the power of 2 plus x cubed minus 1. So this might look like a lot, but what you have to do is just add the ones that have the same variables, basically. So to add this, you should rewrite this, but just like these problems, do it in terms of the exponent. That'll make it much easier. So if you rewrite this, it's going to be 2 times x to the power of 3 plus x cubed minus 5x squared plus 2 times x squared plus x minus y. Minus 1. So this will be 3 times x to the power of 3 because you're adding these two together, the 2x cubed plus x cubed. And then it's going to be minus 3 times x squared because you're adding these two together. And it's going to be plus x minus 1. So that's your answer for number 1. Okay. Now let's do another problem. 3 times x squared plus x minus 6 plus x squared plus 4x plus 10. So just like before, if you rewrite this in terms of the exponent, it will be much easier. So 3 times x squared plus x squared plus x plus 4x minus 6 plus 10. So this will be, we add these together, 4x squared plus 5x, and then it'll be plus 4 because you add these together. So 4x squared plus 5x plus 4 will be your answer for number 2.